Go back to your country. One of the most ignorant phrases to be uttered in today's society. Our entire way of living is because of the behaviors of migrations. It is essential to the human condition. In this episode of Evolution of Stuff, we'll explore the history of human migrations and how it has helped to shape the society that we live in today, and why going back is inescapably folly. The act of migrating, moving from place to place, is deeply embedded in the animal kingdom. Species would move around for better food sources, to avoid harsh climates, or to mate and reproduce. It's a survival strategy. There are some species that do stay in the same home for generations, like burrowing species or insect colony species. But we as humans, it's actually unusual for us to stay in the same home in small spaces with a very limited number of family members. Let's take a brief look now at the timeline of human ancestors to see when we actually started to migrate. We are hominins, and the hominin line split from the chimpanzee line 7 to 8 million years ago. One of the earliest genus of hominin was Sahelanthropus, dating to around 7 million years ago. Another early hominin was Auroran, dating to around 6 million years ago. And another group is the Australopithecus, dating to around 4 to 2 million years ago. This is where the famous fossil Lucy comes in. She was an Australopithecus and she dates back to about 3.5 million years ago. Our genus, the Homo genus, started to evolve around 2 million years ago. Species within the Homo genus, including us, also include Ergaster, Habilis, Neanderthals, and Erectus. Soon after Homo ergaster evolved around 2 million years ago, hominins began to venture out of Africa. Before this, the Australopithecus and all earlier hominins, they stayed in Africa. So when we started to venture out 2 million years ago, there were lots of stops and starts and retreats. But that is where the story of migration of our ancestors began. Our species, Homo sapiens, evolved around 300,000 years ago. Just like our ancestors, we migrated out of Africa through many stops, starts, and retreats. From 120,000 years ago, we began to migrate out across the globe. We reached Australia, and then Europe, North America, South America. The advent of agriculture and domestication began around 12,000 years ago, very, very slowly, and it happened across the globe at different times, with different crops and plants and animals. With this change in how we live, our survival needs are actually being met in a small area, and so we settled. And so any migrations that would have happened with other local hunter-gatherer tribes and other local sort of small groups of people, they would have migrated to these villages because that's where the food was. That's where the protection was of other people. That's where the good homes were. Why would you not want to go there and settle and get some food and be a part of the community? There were likely still many, many hunter-gatherer tribes during this period, but agriculture did change the way we live. Civilizations, as we would recognize them today, with monuments, with political and economic systems, they began to develop from those small agricultural villages around 5,000 years ago. Uruk in Mesopotamia is widely recognized to be the first official city, with anywhere from 40 to 60,000 inhabitants around 3000 BC. From then on, empires began to form and break up, led by ambitious people who wanted to exert their ideas and their ego. Individual cultures then began to integrate together. So all these settled communities, they would have developed their own cultures and rituals, routines and beliefs, and they would have started to mesh together due to foreign occupation. For example, ancient Egypt was invaded by the Hyksos, the Persians and the Greeks, and each of those different groups of people brought something into the culture of ancient Egypt. Migration behaviours are now aimed towards these cities, the epicenter of humanity, thousands of strangers living together under hierarchy, under communal systems, and within that you have goods and ideas migrating within that city, and then migrating out of that city to other neighboring cities, neighboring countries, and then within empires. The next level of migration of people, goods, and ideas came in the 15th century, triggered by Spain and Portugal wanting to venture out and conquer, find new worlds, and expand their reach. This was backed by developments in tech, in weaponry, in financial backing, as well as scientific discoveries of the time. And from this, the global society began to form. Humans are now once again migrating across the globe, moving around, but faster than ever before, and on a scale far grander than ever seen. And unfortunately, some of these people were moving with nefarious intentions. Just like early civilizations began to integrate together and create new cultures, the same thing happened here. European ways of living, the legal system, religious, economic, they began to spread throughout the world. And also at the same time, the goods from around the world that were being conquered came to Europe and began to shift the very culture of Europe as well. And of course, these waves of migration led to a huge slave trade. All of these events connected the world at a huge cost, creating new cultures which continually shift even today. Migration has always been about survival, whether it's escaping a drought 2 million years ago or fleeing war today. But migration doesn't just help humans to survive in new places, it actually changes those environments, sometimes completely. As early humans left Africa, their tools developed alongside with them. And that changed our behavior and our relationship with the ecosystem, turning us from scavengers into competitive predators, and then to the top of the food chain. Our arrival in new areas often aligns with the decline of large animals. Climate change may play a role in the disappearance of these megafauna, but there is no doubt as to what role we played. This pattern continued as we settled into villages and civilizations. We changed landscapes, diverting water, domesticating crops, clearing forests, and reshaping local species. The world that we live in today is not natural, it's engineered by human movement. The same is true culturally as well. Ideas, languages, religions, technologies, they all spread as humans moved across the globe and began to interact with each other. Colonization amplified and accelerated this movement. It didn't create it, it amped up what was already there. The modern world is not a collection of isolated areas. It's a blended ecosystem built on thousands of years of movement. Tea, potatoes, gold, spices, sugar, nothing stayed where it actually came from. Migration doesn't return things to where they came from. It creates new worlds, and it's still doing it today. So after 2 million years of wandering around, of farming, building cities, shaping cultures, spreading languages and political systems and ideas, literally reshaping the planet, we decide that actually, no, things need to stay where they are. and go back to where they are, and suddenly movement is a problem. It's funny because nothing from modern life is local. Here in the UK, in London, we love a cup of tea, but tea itself comes from China. Sugar comes from sugar canes from places like India. And chips, a beloved snack, even a meal for some people, made from potatoes that originated in South America. Not just British culture, but many cultures are a buffet of global migration. So we want the goods and the inventions and the resources, but not the people who actually created them. Charming. So telling someone to go back to their country makes as much sense as telling potatoes to leave the UK, sending tea on a flight back to China, and telling sugar to kindly leave as they exit through Heathrow Terminal 5. Movement is how humanity works and is how we've built the lives that we live today, whether we like it or not. If you've enjoyed this exploration of the human condition, please do like, subscribe, and support the channel. And I'll see you next time.